Let me tell you a story in which Meta, announcing a couple days ago that they're cutting 10% of their workforce, about 8,000 jobs, was the absolutely foreseeable end. Back in November, Meta employees were told that performance outcomes would increasingly reflect AI adoption or AI-driven impact. And then in February, they introduced a new AI-driven performance tracker in which the data included, among other things, lines of code written by AI. And along with that, a new bonus structure that heavily financially incentivized being a top performer under these new metrics. Fast forward to April, and the press finds out about an internal leaderboard created by a Meta employee to track token usage. Tokens, of course, representing AI use, probably things like Claude Code and Cowork, considering that the employee named the leaderboard Claudenomics. In a 30-day period, this leaderboard tracked 60 trillion tokens, with the employee at the top representing 280 billion. According to some math done in this Fortune article, that could be about $1.4 million from that one employee in 1 month, presumably to Anthropic. Of course, they got rid of the leaderboard once it became public, and then I guess they didn't know who was winning at Tokenmaxxing anymore. But maybe they'll know again, because fast forward to just last week and Meta announced that they're going to be tracking workers' keystrokes, presumably just to train AI. You know, the AI that's going to replace them. Because as a Meta spokesperson said here, they're building agents to do stuff, so they need real examples of how people do stuff. So a story I might tell here: strongly incentivize employees to use AI measured in lines of code. Employees take that very seriously and burn through millions and millions and millions of dollars in tokens, train AI on those employees' work, and then lay them off. And to be clear, this is not unique to Meta. If you feel like being horrified, read this New York Times article about Tokenmaxxing. Optimizing for things like tokens and lines of code, it's not about quality. Workers in this article talk about it being an explicit signaling strategy. Is anyone even producing anything good with these agents they're running while they're sleeping? We don't know. This could all just be productivity theater. And productivity gains from AI is part of what's used to justify layoffs. I'm also going to guess that a lot of people who get laid off are ones who don't look great under these metrics, which means they're not using as much AI. And I'm guessing that a non-trivial number of those are just competent and can do their jobs without it.